Hello and welcome. Today, we're jumping into something that's super practical, really useful, and, let's be real, pretty delicious. We're talking about a complete step-by-step guide to help you walk into any restaurant and feel totally confident, all in English. So, have you ever felt that little knot in your stomach just thinking about ordering a meal in a language that's not your first? Well, believe me, you are not alone. It's such a common feeling. But don't you worry. We're going to break it all down and give you the tools and phrases you need to make it a simple and even fun experience. All right, here's our game plan. We'll start with the moment you walk in the door, arriving and getting seated. Then we'll tackle the big one, the menu and how to order. After that, we'll talk about what happens during the meal. And finally, we'll wrap things up with paying the bill. Let's get started. Okay, first things first, you've made it to the restaurant. This first interaction, it kind of sets the tone for your whole meal, so let's make sure it's a nice and smooth one. It really just boils down to 3 super simple steps. First, you just give a polite hello. Second, you ask for your table. And third, if you planned ahead, you'll mention your reservation. We're going to look at the exact words to use for each one. This right here, this is probably one of the most useful phrases you'll learn. A table for 2, please. It's perfect, and you can change it for any situation. If you're by yourself, a table for 1. If you're with a big group of friends, a table for 4. See? Just swap out the number. It's simple, it's clear, and it's polite. Now, sometimes the host might ask you, do you have a reservation? All a reservation means is that you called the restaurant earlier to save a table. So if you did that, this is your moment to shine. You just say, yes, I have a reservation under the name, and then you give your last name. It just makes the whole process go even quicker. So you're sitting at your table and they've handed you the menu. I get it. This can sometimes feel like the most intimidating part of the whole night. But it really doesn't have to be. Let's break down how to choose your perfect meal without any stress at all. Menus are usually organized in a way that helps you out. You'll almost always see appetizers, or sometimes they're called starters, which are small dishes to get you going. Then come the main courses, the main part of the meal. And after that, you'll see sections for side dishes, desserts, and of course, drinks. Knowing these sections just helps you find what you're looking for way faster. Let's quickly talk about a term you'll see all the time, side dish. What is that? It's just a smaller food item that comes with your main course. So think about the French fries that come with a burger, or a little salad that comes with a piece of fish. Easy enough, right? Okay, listen up, because this one is absolutely crucial. The word allergic. If a specific food, like peanuts or shellfish, makes you sick, that means you have an allergy. It is so important for your safety to tell your server about any allergies you have when you're ordering. Please don't forget this. So what happens when you're looking at the menu and you see a word or a whole dish and you have no idea what it is? Hey, it happens to everybody. But there's a really simple solution. The answer is just ask. A really polite question like, can you tell me what's in this dish, is completely normal. Your server is there to help you. You could even ask things like, is it very spicy, or does this have any meat in it? They'll be happy to explain.
All right, you've looked at the menu, you've made your choice. It's time to order. Here are a few great ways to do it. I'll have the chicken, or could I please get the pasta? Or even, I'd like a... They all sound great. And the one magic ingredient that makes everything sound polite? You guessed it. Always remember to say, please.
So your food is here, you're digging in, you're enjoying the meal, but your interactions with the server might not be over just yet. Let's take a look at what else you can expect. It's super common, maybe halfway through your meal, for your server to come back to the table and ask a simple question like, how is everything? Or is everything tasting okay? They're just checking in to make sure you're happy with your food. And you have a few ways to respond. If everything's good, a simple, everything is great, thank you is perfect. If there's a small problem, you can politely say so. This is also the best time to ask for anything else you might need, like, could I get some extra napkins, please? You've finished that delicious meal and you're feeling satisfied. Now it's time for the final step, handling the bill. Let's walk through how to do this confidently so you can end your meal on a high note. So when you're ready to leave, you need to let your server know. The most common way to do this is to try and catch their eye. Once you have their attention, all you need to say is a simple, could we have the bill, please? Now here's a quick tip so you don't get confused. You might hear people say bill, but you might also hear them say check. Guess what? They mean the exact same thing, that piece of paper that tells you how much you owe.
Bill is common in a lot of places, but check is what you'll hear most often in the United States. Now you know both.
Next up, let's talk about tipping. In a lot of countries, especially the US, it's customary to leave a tip. That's a little extra money for your server if you had good service. A good rule of thumb is usually somewhere around 15 to 20% of the total. Sometimes the service charge is already included, so if you're ever not sure, it's totally okay to ask.
So let's just quickly recap that final process. Step 1, you ask for the bill. Step 2, you just take a quick look to make sure it's correct. Step 3, you pay with cash or a card. And step 4, if you're out with friends, you can always ask to split the bill, which just means everyone pays for what they ordered. And that's really all there is to it. Seriously, you've got this. Every single time you go out to eat, it's not just about the food. It's a chance to practice. Every little conversation helps you build your skills and feel that much more confident for the next time. So, I'm going to leave you with a question to think about. Now that you have all these new tools and phrases in your back pocket, what new and exciting dish are you going to be brave enough to try on your next adventure out? Go for it and enjoy.